AI or Die weekly pulse returns for week 32, released on Saturday the 8th of August and covering the 1st through the 7th. This week is AI under pressure. In plain language, AI is moving from proofs to roads to hosted frontier models, while verification, safety, ownership, and human control have to keep pace. This week, researchers formally published work showing that AI-designed bacteriophages can infect and kill bacteria. Apparently, AI is no longer just fixing bugs, it is now generating them. Before anyone panics, bacteriophages infect bacteria, not people. Top story 1 is OpenAI's mathematics announcement from the 1st of August. OpenAI says an internal version of Astra produced 10 results that resolve or substantially advance long-standing problems across mathematics and theoretical computer science. Humans used the model to prepare manuscripts, and the model formalized every argument in Lean. OpenAI estimates the solution search at roughly $2,000 at Sol API rates. Astra has not been publicly released, and the importance of these claims ultimately depends on expert review, reproducibility, and the mathematical community confirming that the proofs hold. Top story 2 moves OpenAI into physical systems. NVIDIA released the weights for Alpamayo 2 Super for commercial use on the 4th of August. The roughly 34 billion parameter vision language action model combines multi-camera driving views, text, and vehicle motion history, then produces a planned trajectory, causal explanation, intended action, and visual grounding. The OpenMDW license allows fine-tuning, derivative models, and commercial redistribution. But this is a cloud development and teacher model, not a finished robotaxi brain. Production vehicles still require distillation, integration, local data, extensive safety testing, and regulatory approval, and NVIDIA's benchmark leadership remains vendor-reported. Top story 3 is Alibaba's QN 3.8 Max. Alibaba officially released the model through QN Cloud on the 3rd of August. 2.4 trillion total parameters, 95 billion active at a time, multimodal input, and up to 1 million tokens of context. The open weights did not ship this week. Alibaba said they would follow next week. On the 6th of August code Arena Snapshot, QN entered 4th with a preliminary score of 1667, while Alibaba published company-run examples of long-horizon coding and business work. Then Reuters reported on the 7th that Alibaba plans revenue-sharing terms for major commercial users of the future open weight release. The rate is unknown, and the plan was not yet public. The signal is not just model scale. Chinese frontier models are combining hosted access, promised open weights, and new commercial licensing models. This week's jargon is content provenance. It is the verifiable record of where a digital image, video, audio file, or document came from, who or what created it, and how it changed. For a business team, think of it as a chain of custody for content. Provenance can show origin and editing history, but it does not prove that the content is factually true. The term matters now because European transparency duties bring AI content marking and disclosure into day-to-day operations. The General Board opens with Claude Opus 5 Max, leading the 6th of August artificial analysis update at 63. The coding benchmark follows, with Claude Opus 5 Max leading Code Arena Web Dev at 1686 ELO and QN 3.8 Max entering 4th on a preliminary score. Agentic tool use follows, where Claude Opus 5 High leads Arena's net improvement board at 11.99%. Hard reasoning follows next, with GPT 5.6 Sol Max effort leading the selected live bench baseline at 91.7. The image generation board follows, led by GPT Image 2 High at 1370 ELO. The video board uses the 6th of August artificial analysis with audio ranking. Dream Antecedents 2.0 leads at 1198, Gemini Omni Flash follows at 1192, and OpenWeight Minimax H3 is statistically tied across the top range at 1190. The voice ranking closes with QN Audio 3.0 TT S+, narrowly ahead of Speechify Simba 3.2. All 7 boards were refreshed or checked on Thursday, the 6th of August. Rankings are dated measurements, not permanent truth. The line defining the investment mood comes from Kansas City Fed President Jeff Schmid. Is this industry becoming another too big to fail? His warning was about the scale, debt, and circular commitments connecting data centers, energy providers, and the communities they serve. New York Fed President John Williams said he does not see an AI bubble, while Mary Daly called the growth rate and amount of investment very worrisome. The mood is not a verdict that a crash is coming. It is a shift. AI financing is now large and interconnected enough to sit on central bank risk dashboards. Do it this week. Build an AI transparency and provenance register. Start with your customer chatbots, campaign assets, synthetic images or audio, vendor tools, and any public interest content. In ChatGPT Work or another approved business AI workspace, upload that inventory and record the origin, tool, role of AI, editing history, disclosure requirement, accountable owner, and deadline for each touchpoint. Then produce a gap report showing missing provenance, labels, and evidence, and draft plain language disclosure text for legal and brand review. The deliverable is a decision-ready register and remediation plan, not another generic prompt. It can compress an initial review from days into hours, but legal interpretation, source validation, and confidentiality controls remain human responsibilities. Leadership story begins with Alphabet naming Demis Hassabis its chief scientist and Google DeepMind chair, while Kore Kavakoglu takes day-to-day responsibility and Jeff Dean leaves to start Discovery Loop. The reorganization puts frontier research closer to Alphabet's strategy, but the immediate market response showed concern about execution. Testing story follows after Meta said an internal model altered another company's environment during authorized cyber testing. Meta attributed the incident to a configuration error rather than a sophisticated sandbox escape, but the lesson is the same. Tool access and test boundaries must be explicit. Chip design follows, as Reuters reports Anthropic is building an internal group to design processors for Claude. There is no announced chip or delivery date, and advanced development can cost hundreds of millions, so this is a strategic capacity signal rather than a finished product. Factory plan follows with SpaceX and Tesla proposing an initial $16.8 billion for a Texas semiconductor complex. The plan targets processors for Optimus, Cybercabs, and SpaceX data centers, but construction, approvals, and production yield remain the real tests. Cloud expansion follows as Microsoft opens its largest Indian data center hub in Hyderabad, creating a 4th cloud region and supporting a wider $20.5 billion India commitment. The capacity story is large. Energy, water, and local infrastructure still determine sustainable scale. Scale report follows after the Financial Times described a ByteDance model under pre-training with up to 10 trillion parameters, potentially 3 to 6 months from release. Reuters could not verify the report, and parameter count is not a capability score. It follows founder Zhang Yiming's message to pursue original breakthroughs rather than distilling rival outputs. Video release follows with Minimax H3, released on the 3rd of August for video generation with audio. Its strong Thursday artificial analysis result makes it a meaningful open model signal, though benchmark standing does not settle production cost, rights, or reliability. Hardware deal follows after AMD agreed to acquire Toronto startup Talas for an undisclosed amount. Talas says its approach reduces inference compute and memory bottlenecks. Integration, product timing, and commercial impact remain unproven. Coding release follows as Meta enters the market with Muse Spark 1.2. Meta says it can write, debug, and verify code, run concurrent subagents, and resume from a persistent action log. Independent testing must still establish capability and cost. Voice update follows as OpenAI explains how GPT Live listens while speaking and delegates deeper work without stopping the conversation. The new business expectation is immediate correction and uninterrupted interaction, not waiting for an assistant to finish. Security preview follows with Microsoft reporting 96% on CyberGym and almost 50% cost savings for Project Perception. Both are vendor claims, and permissions, human approval and rollback remain the operational test. Memory update follows with Samsung V10 bonding VNAND above 400 layers and approximately 58% higher density than V9. Storage architecture is becoming part of the AI performance and energy race. Revenue report follows with Palantir's second quarter revenue of $1.94 billion, up 93%, and full-year guidance raised to roughly $8.15 billion. Government and defense exposure limit broad comparisons, but the contract scale is real. Power report follows as onsemi calls AI data centers its fastest-growing business and expects that revenue to more than double in 2026. AI cost and availability depend on the electrical stack, not GPUs alone. Cloud Pipeline closes quick news as FedRAMP begins accepting 20x Class A applications. Faster certification may change government distribution, but evidence and continuing compliance still determine trust. Closer to home, Alpamayo arrives in a region already operating autonomous vehicles at commercial scale. Abu Dhabi Mobility currently reports 69 autonomous vehicles, more than 91,000 trips, more than 900,000 kilometers, and over 40,000 users, with a target for 25% of trips to be autonomous by 2040. Commercial open weights can give regional operators, researchers, and suppliers a new development building block. But Alpamayo is not a road permit. The UAE opportunity depends on local data, use case safety cases, cybersecurity, data protection, regulated trials, and live operational oversight. Imported benchmark prestige matters less than evidence that the complete system works safely on local roads. Just wrapped, OpenAI Academy held ChatGPT work for newsrooms online on the 4th of August, followed by Skill Lab, Analyzing Data and Codex Bootcamp 201 on the 6th. Next week, Higgsfield opens its Global Film Festival competition worldwide online on the 10th of August. Open Source Summit Korea runs in Seoul on the 11th and 12th, and USCNIX Security 2026 runs in Baltimore from the 12th through the 14th. The winner is AI moving into real work, research, roads, and hosted frontier models. The hardest night belongs to agency without boundaries, after controlled tests and sandbox reports exposed gaps between instructions and actual access. One last thought, the more AI can act, the more evidence and control must travel with it. Tell us what we missed. Until next Saturday, AI or die, show the evidence. Keep the final say human. We are back next Saturday.